Hello, beautiful people. So, you may have come to realize, or I'm coming to realize, that the essence of these daily videos is little tips and ideas and sharings about how to experience more happiness in your life. Today, I want to talk about 3 different brains. So I didn't really know anything about this probably until, not that long ago anyway. Obviously, I know I've got a brain up here because mine is always hyperactive. I tend to be a very intellectual type person. I'm always overthinking things and tend to come more from an intellectual point than a more awareness type point, which often leads me into trouble. But I'm doing my best to change that. And then you've got a heart brain and a gut brain. Now, there may be more brains, but those are the 3 I know of so far. So the gut brain, the gut lining is absolutely infused with nerves. And basically what they do is they pick up information on how your gut is doing. So of course this is very related to what you're putting in your gut. So we all know that sense that, when we've eaten some, we've overdone on crap food, we usually feel crap, don't we? And this is because the gut sort of picks up that this is not good quality food, and it sends messages to the brain saying, help, this is not good, not feeling good, not doing well on this food. And then we feel like, because we know we've not eaten properly. So that's your gut brain. However, I also think that the gut brain, is that sense of when you feel something in your gut and you just know that this is right or wrong or whatever. So, it's a very strong sort of instinctual type of response, isn't it? Then your heart brain. Now, this is something interesting that I'm only really just starting to get to understand and to work with. If you focus in your heart, you can actually sense from your heart. The easiest way to get into it is to breathe as if you were breathing in and out through your heart. And what I've discovered is that the heart only ever sees from a unitive point of view, so it only ever sees wholeness. Whereas the brain, I suspect it's because it's split into 2 halves, we tend to see duality. So it's like right or wrong, good or bad, black or white. It's like we're always trying to decide, which is the right thing. Whereas the heart only sees the whole. And hopefully, it may be different for you, but for me, when I really focus in on my heart, it always feels good. Now, I just discovered that actually the heart is one of the organs in the body that releases oxytocin. And if you didn't know, oxytocin is the hormone that gets released in our body that makes us feel loved and secure and held and just nurtured. So by focusing on our hearts and by just breathing gently into our heart and feeling settled in our heart, we're actually releasing oxytocin. It actually makes us feel better. And certainly my practice recently of really focusing on breathing into my heart, I can agree it does. I have felt it's been beautiful. I love it. And then, of course, you've got your brain. Now, I'm realizing that it's pretty useless trying to think through. Well, no, if I want to like create a dress or something and I need to figure out which way round the fabric's going to go and which way round I'm going to put the pattern on, then that's good. Brain's good at that. But if I'm trying to figure out, like, a life decision, which way should I move forward is something, the brain's pretty useless because it just gets pros and cons, pros and cons, pros and cons, round and round, round and round. And it's always based on past experience. Now, past experience is useful. It's useful to say, well, I did that last time and it didn't work. Okay, so I want to do something new. But you're not going to find something new by forever going round and round in your brain about it. So for me, this is where there's almost like a fourth brain. And this is our higher self. And this is something, that we can talk to, we can go to. Some people, might think of it as God or, the universe or our higher self or, our soul self or our spiritual self, whatever, however you describe it. But I use it a lot, particularly when I feel stuck. And I'll be like, I'm stuck. I don't know what is the best thing to do. Please show me. And then I leave it and I wait for the universe to present something in front of me. And it takes away a lot of that angst and a lot of that stress. But, I don't just use it to ask for things. I also go there when I'm just like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that beautiful person into my life. Or, thank you so much for that financial gift that has arrived. Or thank you so much for this beautiful meal. Or thank you so much for this beautiful day. It's like it's a place to come to express your gratitude as well. And you can see I've got my hand on my heart, can't you? Because there's a connection, between your heart and that higher self. So I suspect there's more than 4 levels of being, but 4 is a good number to get on with. And for me, they sort of like, bear a relationship between the gut being the body, the heart being the emotions, the brain being the intellect, and the higher self being the spiritual. So you've got your 4 levels covered. So this is the practice that I'm working with at the moment, and I invite you to have a look at that too. Okay, love you loads. Talk to you again soon. Bye.